Today I am going over AT&T's most expensive plan, and it also happens to be their best plan. It is AT&T Unlimited Elite. I've had it for the last 2 weeks, just testing it out with this new plan with my new cell phone, my new iPhone 12, so I can get 5G, and I'm really excited to go over the details with you to tell you how I like it. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and of course turn on those notifications. I come out with new videos every Wednesday and Friday, and I'd love for you to join me for all of the fun. In this video today, I'm going to go over a few parts of AT&T's Unlimited Elite plan that I think are the most important, like coverage. We're going to talk about data allotments, hotspot allotments. We're going to talk about perks, and I think there's one other thing I can't totally remember off the top of my head, but we're going to go over all of it, and I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'm going to rate each section so you know if AT&T Elite is the right plan for you. So like I mentioned briefly before, I've had AT&T Unlimited for about a week now, just over a week. Now we switched from AT&T prepaid to AT&T postpaid to the Elite plan because me and my dad both got an iPhone 12 Pro, which has 5G access, but our previous plan didn't have 5G access, so we upgraded to Elite to get the 5G access that we wanted to have faster internet. Now, I don't know why we haven't been on Elite this whole time, because the previous plan we were on had less data, less hotspot allotments, less everything, and when we upgraded, it was still the same price. So if you're on an AT&T prepaid family plan, I might suggest looking at a better plan, upgrading your plan to one of their postpaid plans, because it might actually end up being the same price and you'll get more. First up, to go over this plan, we are going to go over coverage, and I'll rate it out of 10. But this won't really apply to everyone because not everyone lives in Southern California. But for me, for Southern California, AT&T coverage is probably about a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I get it really great in the town I live in. It's perfect, but if I ever travel to friends' houses that are more south or more north, AT&T coverage gets kind of spotty. However, I'm only paying $35 a month for this plan because I'm on a family plan. So I just practice patience occasionally when I get slower data, but for the most part, it is really great. So like I said, 6 or 7 out of 10 for coverage for me. Okay, now we are talking data allotments, and I cannot tell you how much I absolutely love the new data allotments I get on AT&T Unlimited Elite. I used to only get about 20 gigabytes of high-speed data, and now I get 100 gigabytes of high-speed data, and then after that, it might slow down if the network is congested. So I really have never come close to hitting that much data because I've always only had about 20 gigabytes to work with. So I now have, the world is my oyster when it comes to data. I don't really have to be careful with it. If my Wi-Fi is ever slow, I just turn it off and use my data, and it is honestly terrific. So 100 gigabytes of data with AT&T Unlimited Elite, you really cannot go wrong. And I think this is one of the highest data allotments that you get in all of the cell phone plans in the world, specifically in the United States. I don't think any other plan you can find out there offers 100 gigabytes of high-speed data. Now we're talking hotspot allotments. With this plan, I get 30 gigabytes compared to the 10 gigabytes I had before. Now I don't use my hotspot often, maybe if I'm working remotely at a beach or at a park, and I need to connect my laptop to it, or sometimes I'll connect my TV, my smart TV to my hotspot if my Wi-Fi is being a little slow. But I haven't reached my limit yet, which is not the case for my previous hotspot allotment, which is 10 gigabytes. I don't think I'm ever going to reach 30 gigabytes because I do connect to my home Wi-Fi so often, especially now that we're in a pandemic. I don't really use my hotspot that much anymore, but 30 gigabytes has been awesome, and I love it. And if you are a high hotspot user, you use your hotspot a lot, I highly recommend looking at AT&T Unlimited Elite for your next cell phone plan. So I guess I give this a 10 out of 10 for hotspot use. Next up, we are talking HBO Max, which you get a free HBO Max subscription when you sign up for AT&T Unlimited Elite. Now, HBO did not come with our previous plan. We were paying for it as an extra add-on, and a few months ago, my dad decided to stop paying the extra $15 for HBO Max, but now we have it back, and I'm so excited. I really want to dive into Avenue 5. It's about a luxury space cruise ship that gets stranded in space, and Hugh Laurie is one of the main characters, so how can you not be mad at that? And then I also cannot wait to watch the docuseries I'll Be Gone in the Dark. It's based off the book with the same name, written by Michelle McNamara, who wrote it all about the Golden State Killer. Now, I've listened to the book and I cannot wait to watch this series. So, I mean, this is a given. Free HBO Max with your cell phone plan is obviously going to be a 10 out of 10. Next up are travel perks. Now, AT&T offers data, talk, and text in Mexico and Canada. Now, it'll be a second before I get to test out these travel perks because I don't think I'll be traveling anytime soon. But a quick trip to Mexico maybe isn't totally out of the question. So I can't really rate it yet on how well it works or if I get service or anything like that. But just the concept of it, I give it a 10 out of 10. Now, let's review this real quick. Let me be clear, I love this plan, I love it, but I can't really recommend it for people searching for a one-line plan at all. Now, you can find much cheaper plans that will get you by just fine, and you won't find a plan that gives you all the data in HBO Max, but you'll find unlimited plans for 40% of the cost. Now, I'd recommend getting on a family plan if you want AT&T Elite. The more people on your plan, the less it costs, and of course, the more money you save. Do you have AT&T Elite or are you looking to change plans? Is this a plan that you might be interested in getting? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Whistleout TV. I'm Sherry Riggs.